Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down. Hey, hey, hey. We are here. We are here. We are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to We Got Issues. 9-10 a.m. The Superstation based out of Detroit, Michigan. We are here, you guys, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every day of the week, we are here talking to you, about you, for you, with us, all about us. It's the force of friendship. Friendship, we do it well. We work on being light, love, laughter, lessons for our tribe. It's Sabrina, Katrina, Chrisette, and Gloria. Is a little under the weather. We're giving her an excused absence. That other one, Chrisette, first. I don't know where she is because she did not check in. And so, Gloria, it's you and I. But we know the girlfriends always at least check in and say, I'm coming. You ain't going to see my face or my voice. If we put an APB out for Chrisette Ellis, if you guys know where Chrisette Ellis is, please let us know because we have not heard from her. Hello? Hello?
Thank you very much. I you just put in the text message. Okay. All right. Hey, Adrian, thank you for being present. Since other people are not present today. Hey, I think that's telling you.
Comes up with Facebook user now. It doesn't say your name. You got to fix that. Is that you out there? Well, Chrisette, since you're on radio only, say hello to the people before we go to Gloria Mayfield Banks.
Hello, everybody. Hello. You get, you try to be present and you still get shade. Even though you're present on the radio. Okay, I'm going to remember next time you on the radio only to bring this up. I'm excited to be here and you guys, we are doing the Get Up and Move Challenge with the Force of Friendship. And so I got up and I moved today, got 45 minutes worth of cardio. And Sabrina, how many jump ups did you do today? You just do your report. You heavy movement. We got 45 minutes. Hour movement and 260 jump ropes. Woo! Go. Yeah. I knew you were going to do 261. Girl, no, not today. Let me tell you this. And you the good, I got this far ahead on the unit because I gave you, I really my next 50 grades. Because working out every day, you're trying to do what you do, I don't know. So I got to head on in and didn't make the gym. It's good. I did. Did you do something? I did do something. Oh, somebody said I got 2.14 miles ago. This is just trailing. But I did get my cardio in. I did get my weight in. But that jump rope, I couldn't get my rhythm today, y'all. And I tell you, I thought it was shot so many times today. And I'm just telling you, I was distracted. I got a big phone call that disturbed me. And when your mind is not clear, you're thinking about a lot. Jump rope takes focus and concentration. And that I have one of those jump ropes that'll beat you up like this. I don't even know what you call this jump rope, but I'm be like, "Here and stop." This girl looks at me like, "You need to stop, okay?" So we go through. So Chris, I just own about 150 of that. And I just said, "That's right, Sabrina, your head is not clear. You're just yesterday. A million things. I need to get up and move challenge. Your heart rate, you guys. Get your heart rate up." I was so happy to get my heart rate up today.
Of life, the stresses of life and all that we endure, you better be doing something, y'all, to have an outlet. And so, Chris, thank you for keeping me accountable. Even though you're cheating, you know you didn't do no 250 jumping jacks, but we gonna
Listen, I don't have to lie about that. There are plenty of things to lie about, but that's not one. That's not one. 260 jump ropes. I was just feeling good about myself. I felt good. I felt so good because I said, I know I'm not going to tell Sabrina she ain't going to do 260. That made me feel real good about myself. It really did. Good. Boy, we saw you on your Peloton late last night. I mean, you could fit it in.
at your Peloton and how you find time with your busy self.
Man, I love the Peloton. I love the Peloton because you can do it whatever time you have. If you got 10 minutes, if you got 20 minutes, if you want to do low impact, if you want to do high impact, the music is fierce on it. And the motivational speaker, as a speaker, I love hearing other people speak. So they're just so good. And then when you look at them, they're so fit and they love working out. It's different to be without somebody in front of you, but when you have somebody in front of you that loves riding their bike, that was a big deal. Then today I worked out with Walter, trainer that Katrina and I use, and he was back from his vacation. He took a vacation. He hadn't taken a vacation in a long time, so he was on fleek. He was like, lift that weight, tote that bale. I was like, oh my goodness, he was like crazy, but it was good. It was really good. It was a good workout, and I am motivated by Get Up and Move. I like that Get Up and Move with the Force of Friendship. So we invite all of you guys to get up and move, and all you guys to talk about it. Phyllis, she's on the Peloton family. I'm getting ready to learn the family, y'all. I ain't even learned the family yet, but I'm super bad Queen Bee on my Peloton. So if you're on the Peloton, you got to tell us what your name is so we can follow you as well, because it's exciting. I love it. I really do love it. Love it. I'm excited about this conversation.
Wonderful, you guys. You said Walter just came back from vacation. We're definitely going to talk about vacationing on a budget today. So we want the mamas to call in. We want the daddies to call in. We do know that getting away some kind of way is important, just to get in a new environment, breathe some different air, clear the air. And so Audrey said she's done 5,000 with Greenhouse Soldiers at 6:30 a.m. on IG. So that must be a workout group, Greenhouse Soldiers. Phyllis says she is Temple Fit Nana on Peloton.
Okay,
that's good.
Okay, very good. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We got Miss Mary Kay.
See you in class soon. Yes, you guys. All that is so good. I think the more fun you can have, because just really having Chrisette as an accountability partner, she had already finished her workout. I think I was just getting out the bed. But anyway, it's all good. Just get it in when you can fit it in. We are going to talk about vacationing on a budget today. With inflation being what it is, we know that you still want to have some fun, baby, getting out of school, and they're like, Mama, what we're doing for summer? What are we doing for summer? And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about being creative. We're going to talk about not saying no to yourself, but saying yes in a creative, financially fit way that you could still have some fun, but on a budget. So we'll talk about
that financially
all of that.
fit. That's good. Financially fit way. I like that. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
that's better than cheap.
Yes. We are continuing to be in prayer for those precious souls who lost their lives in Buffalo, and those lives that were lost in Texas with a mass shooter. And so a lot of those celebrations of life are starting to take place. And I just haven't even watched much news because I know what my heart can take, what my soul can take. It just really crushes my spirit. I will continue to pray, but I know what my limit is on watching all of that, you guys.
I want to talk a little bit about a piece I saw in the news of this guy who turned in his what do you call it? AF 47, AR 47 rifle. He turned it in. He said that he's had his rifle for many, many years. He's going to leave the NRA. He said he turned his rifle in, took it down to the police station. He said it was in his safe. He took it out 3 times. He said, anybody who tells you it's a hunter's rifle, they're lying. Anybody that tells you it's for safety, they're lying. It's not, it's only for warfare. But he said that he saw a picture, you guys, he saw one picture of one of the children's face on the TV. And he said to his wife, that reminds me of William, our grandson. And after he saw that picture, he got right up, went to the safe, got his rifle, and took it to the police station. So the stories of the change is quite interesting. And right now, where Congress are doing the bipartisan meeting, it's interesting when you watch the news, who has hope and who doesn't have no hope. And the people that are pushing the hardest, they're waning in their hope. Thank you, AR-15. They're waning in their hope, thinking that the change they want can happen, but they're going towards if something can happen. So it's very interesting, very, 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 very sad. And you just wonder, what would it take to change people's lives? Like, really, what would it take?
Mm-hmm. Well, we're
What would it take?
getting at least the conversation, and we've got to just continue to be about the conversation. We have to talk to our legislators. We have to write. We have to call. We just have to keep pressing, you guys. We cannot just let it go silent after the funerals, because this is what happens. It's a big uproar. Everybody's so sad. We're sending heartfelt prayers. And then we go silent until another mass shooting happens. So we just have to continue to keep the pressure on and just pray and beg that these legislators change the rules. There's just no need for people, 18-year-olds, to walk around with those assault rifles. I mean, like you said, Gloria, like he said, those babies, they had to get DNA because they were unrecognizable. What that shotgun will do to what harm that
to
could
destroy.
And, listening to the stories, and what really disturbs me is the fact that they had just had training on how to handle, with that kind of situation where to occur, and to know that those little kids were in that room calling for help and advice and all the help they needed was right there, and they didn't do nothing. I'm telling you, you better know that there is going to be multiple lawsuits. It's impossible for there not to be any lawsuits, because you talking about a debacle, you talking about, just leaving those kids unprotected, and what they could and what they should have done that they didn't do. So yeah, and so as a part of that script that I saw that we need to watch on Friday, there's an organization that's going down talking about lawsuits. They said that because of the area of the school, the response from the police took so long. Had it been in another part of the community, the police would have been there easily in 5 to 10 minutes. That it has got a lot to do with racism. And that because that's the other side of the track, that when they called the police, it took a long time for the police to come. I mean, it's so much about this. Now what's coming out is the whole voting, the laws, and how the voting laws have made such a difference, and why that particular mayor, a very conservative mayor of a very conservative town that doesn't, the majority of them don't vote. And now they're dealing with a lot of the drugs coming in from Mexico. I mean, when you get deep and you get deep down underneath that, it's just so, I mean, like you said, so many lawsuits, so much stuff, so much money that doesn't go to that community because that's what the community is. I like to bring my girlfriend out of New York to New Jersey. All of those officers, 19 of them, in the hallway doing nothing. She said they didn't find nothing. If you imagine 19 of them, and cannot even imagine. I mean, parents have got to the school first news. They're hearing the gunshot is going off, telling the officer, if you don't go, give me your gun and your gun, let me go. Let me go. Right. If you don't want to go save my child, let me go. Let me go. I will take the bullet for my child. And so, 19. I did not hear that. Oh my God. But you know what? And what that is a reminder of, what that reminds us of too, is the fact that, I mean, none of those 19 officers stepped out of the box and said, I'm not comfortable with this. I'm not going to follow the rules. And I know you're trained to follow protocol. I'm sorry, you got to say, you know what? I'm just going to have to get fired because I cannot stand by and watch this happen.
But the thing is, though, the protocol is you're supposed to go in. You're trained to go in a situation like this. We got issues. Call to join the conversation, 313-778-7600. We're just talking about what we're talking about. We are going to get to vacation on a budget when we get back. We'll be right back. Summertime is coming. Yes. Yes. Just a bit of break. Baby. You love that music, Gloria. That's a good music.
That's good music.
Michael, we really appreciate all of the folks behind the scene that make us look so good on a daily basis. So Michael is on the ones and twos this evening. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Well, you guys, we're talking vacation on a budget. We're talking, are you ready to get out? Airtime. Right. It was reported COVID-19 cases, check this out, nearly 6 times higher than last Memorial Day.
6 times. That's impossible.
Yeah, it's real. I mean, we're vaccinated, we're boosted, many are not. And so many people who are contagious are just still out there living their everyday lives. And so this is what we have, 6 times more. But just think a year ago, how much more careful we were, how much more cautious we were, how much
Right.
more aware we were. But now it's just like, because symptoms are milder, not as many people are dying, but they are still dying. You get, let's be clear.
And they're
6
still in the
times higher
hospitals,
than,
and it's
yes,
affecting
yes,
people in the
yes.
hospital. It's affecting the pharmacies. And you know what's interesting, Sabrina? I'm glad you're bringing this up, and I hope people call in and give us their voice on this opinion as well, because I'm a CBS Morning News. I'm a Gayle King person. But I will tell you, you can watch the first 20 minutes and they still are not saying hardly anything, maybe a line or two about COVID. But I think it's very interesting that no one is talking about it. No numbers are going up. It's not even along the ticker tape. But you will find articles that like to say 6 times more than last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, it said millions of Americans traveled for Memorial Day weekend at levels not seen before the onset of the pandemic. It marked a return to normalcy for many and a chance to gather with family and friends. But in reality, the situation was far from normal, with confirmed COVID-19 cases nearly 6 times higher than last year. This is what the CDC, and just think, and that's not even many people reporting that they're sick. Okay?
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
yeah,
So the
yeah,
home test, they don't tell anybody. Absolutely.
yeah. I mean, on average, the US is reporting nearly 110,000 new cases every day. And for the 7th consecutive week, cases among children have also increased. Last week, 112 additional pediatric COVID-19 cases were reported, a doubling of case counts from the 4 weeks prior. So, y'all, to make a long story short, this thing ain't over. We can't pray it over. We can't think it over. We can't believe it's over. It's real. I talk to people every day and they're sick. They know somebody who's sick. I mean, I belong to the Princeton Parents Group on Facebook, and we
Uh-huh.
just had our graduation last week. And when I tell you, there were 30,000 people who came back to campus for a big reunion. Uh, they are so sick. Everybody on that thread said, yeah, all 8 of my family members came back sick. We have 3 generations of people who were sick. The grandma, the grandson, and the daughter all came back sick. Super spreader.
Wow.
And you know what's ironic? Fauci was the commencement speaker. Okay. So
What?
yeah. Dr. Fauci was the commencement speaker.
With
So
30,000 people there?
yes.
Because it's not being reported nationally the way it was, and because everybody knows somebody that's getting it, and it's kind of like a cold, it's mild, you're not hearing about the death, and I don't have a clue how many people are catching it and are dying from it. So people are kind of feeling like, hey, we're at a place where you're probably going to get it. It's going to feel like you have some version of the flu. Some will have it, a little bit more than others. But I think it's that sense of, you're going to get it, but you're not going to die. So I think that's what's really giving people that security, excuse me, to not wear their mask and be okay with it. So I know, we've been traveling a lot more, and I'll be honest, I haven't been as vigilant as I should, with wearing my mask, but I'm just thankful that, whether it's my immune system or I just have been blessed not to be in a place where it was, and I can't even say that. I know I've been in places where COVID was. So, but I just think that's one of the reasons why people aren't masking up anymore. You're not hearing it nationally, and the death rate has drastically gone down. Right. I had a friend who just got over the
So
COVID.
whatever strand this is, like I know 3 people close to me who got COVID within the last 2 weeks. And 2 of them, coughing, like you said, flu-like symptoms, but one of them was really sick, not hospital, but she said it knocked her on her butt for a whole week. So, we have to remember that it affects people differently. and that it's a serious thing.
Right.
And the other thing that's interesting is that you're caused another division, but you're caused to be bold in what you want to do, because some people don't want it, don't like it, don't want them on their face. Other people want it. They're walking around, they're looking at you sort of different side eye. And I'm grateful in our community that a lot of people wear their mask and they don't look at you strange when you don't have. But I've been in communities where they look at you strange either way. If you have it on, they look at you strange. If you don't have it on, you look at it strange. And it's sad that we even care how people look at you, and it's causing people to get really sick. It's really sad.
Yeah, yeah. And so we think about vacationing, you guys. I mean, we want to know, to all of our listeners, to all of our viewers, do you plan to travel this summer? Where are you traveling? How are you traveling? Gas is expected to be at the highest rate ever, close to $6 already and above in California, $4.70 in Ohio. I don't know how much it is. How much is it where you are, Gloria, Maryland?
It was $5.13. It was about
Really?
$5.13, but I didn't know it was at $6 already.
Over in California? In California, absolutely, absolutely. Airfare
filled up today, and I was surprised where I got to gas. It was $4.46. Wow, where you shop? Right, it was a Bellio or something like that. I've never gotten that gas before, but when I saw $4.46, I said, "Oh, I'm pulling up in this." Yeah, and that's a, but you know what? Think about it, you guys. Isn't that crazy how my mindset was it's $4.46. That's a good deal when we know we ride $1.50 for gas. That's crazy. If they made us change our mindset.
Yeah. I just said she said $5.11. Somebody else said $4.75 a gallon. Flying to Anaheim with family in a couple of weeks. Dorothy said she filled up 2 days ago and it cost her $79.01 on the East Bay in California. It's something, you guys. So when we think about
a budget.
Right.
I mean, honestly, I had this thought because I'm thinking about younger families who don't make a lot of money. Or you could be this man, he makes $110,000 a year, and he said he's a single dad, and they're not going on vacation this year. He said it was out of that and doing some activities, some summer activities at home. He just couldn't swing it. And so these are the kind of things that when I researched, they said you've got to tour your own city. Google fun things to do in my city. And maybe you haven't been there in a while. Maybe you haven't been to this place, but you can find some fun things to do in your city or surrounding towns. Number 2, go camping. Now, I'm not a glamper camper. Some people are, but we live in a lake community. And when I tell you this town is just so busy right now, our local grocery store said it's been the biggest sales Memorial Day weekend on record. This store has been around for almost 50 years, and they said it's their biggest Memorial Day weekend business ever.
Did they say why? Why?
They said, well, pandemic, people haven't been traveling the last couple of years. People want to stay close, so they're coming from Cleveland and some of the other bigger populated cities out to the area, wine country, and they're finding less expensive things to do, not going out of the state, but staying in the state. And they're not going to restaurants, so the store was really busy, so they were happy. Number 3, go to a less popular beach. Find you some sand and water, but it doesn't have to be Phyllis said a staycation. They talked about the popular beaches are more pricier than the unpopular. So they said, really go to the beaches that there aren't a lot of people. It's not highly commercialized, but you want water and you want sand, you could find it. Mm-hmm. Number 4, book travel packages using warehouse stores. That's interesting. So like Costco does vacation packages.
Oh.
Yep. Actually, they offer pretty good deals. If you're planning a more elaborate vacation, you may want to consider what they have to offer. For example, one Costco deal They talked about bundled 5 days of accommodations for 2 adults at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort and Universal Orlando. I mean, for 2 people, you guys, 5 days, only $1,300. That's really
amazing.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Nails done, and the young lady that was doing my nails, she's big for me, and we were just, chit chatting and asked her where she was from, and she was asking me if I was going on vacation, and I was like, oh no, I'll finish the story and we come back from the bush.
Yeah, we want to hear about your Vietnam nail tech, what she talked to you about. We'll be back, you guys. We are talking vacation on a budget, staying home, finding good things to do in your community, have some fun on a budget. It's the force of friendship. We'll be right back.
Right back.
All right, you guys, we are talking vacation on a budget. Where you're going? Are you feeling comfortable? Vanessa said, I'll join you, even though I grew up camping as a Girl Scout and racing back both throughout the race. So camping out is for some and some.
They call it glamping now because they are jazzing up those campers, you guys, making it look all good. So Dorothy says she'll go glamping with me. This is as close as I'll get to camping. All right, you guys, let's go to the phone lines. Let's go to the phone lines. Caller, are you there? Thank you for recalling. We got
your shoe. Hello, caller.
Go ahead, Marito, you're on the air.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I didn't want my sound up too loud. I didn't want to be head bouncing back. But anyway, this is first of all, I have to put you ladies on speed dial. I could not do my fingers fast enough in order to catch you when you were talking about COVID. But I do have a vacation idea as well. So one of the things I wanted to share about the COVID situation is this. I have a relative who had to plan a funeral for her spouse. And he did not die of COVID, but while she was there, the undertaker told her that they had to have all of these restrictions for COVID. And she said, so are you all still doing that real heavily? And he said, let me tell you something. He said, you see a lot of things. He said that you don't see anybody reporting from a funeral home. He said, I'm here to tell you bodies are still coming in every day. And I just wanted to say that because when you think about it, you haven't seen undertakers being interviewed. You see healthcare workers, you see everybody else. With her. And he told her, he said, just don't be fooled. It is still out here because we're getting the bodies. Okay, so my vacation idea is this. Now it has to be somebody that you totally trust. So it needs to be a really close friend like you and Gloria and Katrina. Like today. So let's just say that you want to go and check out Chicago for a weekend. Okay, so you go stay at Katrina's home, and Katrina needs some downtime, but a little something shopping, and she decides, okay, let's swap houses, and she goes to Baltimore. And so it needs to be somebody you totally trust, that you know is not going to be going all through your stuff, but that is hotel free. Hotel free. So it's a wonderful way to be able to get a change of scenery, get some downtime, and not have to deal with the hotel, just the food and the gas or whatever, food and flight. Yeah. That's my idea. Yeah. That's awesome. Idea. Thank you for calling. That is awesome. And what's your name again? Marito. Yes, wonderful. Are you a first-time caller? I am a first-time caller. But I'm one of the married ladies. Okay, excellent. Well, we sure thank you for calling. We really do. Thank you for calling. You definitely added value because one of my tips that I researched.
Staying with friends. If you want to go to a city that you want, stay with friends. You guys don't be afraid to ask, can we stay with you? Friends, relatives, that kind of thing. Because that hotel cost is one of your biggest expenses when you vacation. So thank you for that.
And
yes,
we need to highlight the fact the reason that's such a good idea is because if you look now, hotel rooms are not going down. They're not like, please come stay with us. They're like, you can stay with us if you want to, but you're going to pay this price. And the prices have gone up. The price have gone, and the services have gone down because they've had less people. They can't get the many workers. The room services are closed at 50% of the hotels. It has made a big difference, but the price has not gone anywhere. So I'll tell her, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. If you got some really good friends.
Exactly. I mean, staying with friends or family, it's sometimes not glamorous, and some people might not even consider it a true vacation, but staying with friends or family is definitely an easy, cheap vacation idea, they say. More than likely, you won't have to pay for lodging or maybe even some meals. But the thing is this, you guys, can you believe, like to your point, Gloria, hotel stays have gone up 42% in the last year.
Wow.
42%. And like you say, Gloria and Chrisette, and services down. Prices up, services down. They still say, oh, because of COVID, the restaurant is not open, or the restaurant closes at 6. Because of COVID, we're not cleaning rooms every day. But I'm like, well, because of COVID, why are you increasing the cost and decrease? You know, if you don't have the service, why are you charging us more? So what were you going to say, Chrisette? Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I believe that they are charging more because they're trying to recoup all the money that they lost during the pandemic. They're just paying. So now they're trying, and this is the thing, And I don't know, I don't have the statistics. I wonder if, was it that their profit level or margin drastically went down, or did they really, really get to a place where they were in the red? Because it's a difference between being in the red where you lost money, and the difference is as opposed to me making 100% profit, or 1,000% profit, right? Right. Made 50% profit. So those are two things. And so sometimes you think, oh, they're trying to recoup their money. No, sometimes they're trying to recoup their additional, profit. So that's important to know. And then I'm gonna tell you, I just got back from Vegas, and really, when you're looking at booking those kind of trips, and when we stayed, at a really nice hotel that was on the strip, but it was cheaper because we went during the week. So, if you're booking venues, right, for the weekend prime time, you're gonna pay $5. But they offered room service. Matter of fact, we had room service one day, and they also cleaned the room every single day. So Vegas is that, and they're doing it the way they do it. But it's amazing how, if you can remember the old days of Vegas, you could go to the buffet and it was almost free, and you would think to yourself, how on earth can you go to a buffet with real crab legs and, seafood and all of this, and it only costs you $10.99? Well, those days are over. You're going to pay for what you eat. But what I was going to say before we went to the break, before my nail tech, she's from Vietnam, and she was telling me, she said, she was encouraging me. She said, well, you may want to, take a look at traveling to Vietnam. She said, because she said you can get stuff so inexpensive there. She said you could have 5 people. I mean, she was just giving me the amount of money that if you had 4 people or 5 people traveling with you, it's minuscule. And sometimes people don't think, you think the further that you go, it's going to be expensive. And maybe you spend the money in the flight. But she said when you get there, everything is so inexpensive. So she said you really should think about going there, because our money is worth so much more in there that it ends up, I guess, coming out in the wash. So anybody interested in going to Vietnam, put that on your bucket list because you can probably afford it.
We're going. We're going in September. We're going to Vietnam. We're going to Bali. Yep. So we're excited because that's what we've heard. We've heard it's absolutely gorgeous. Not a lot of people go.
You can see a lot for your money. So we're excited because it's still a very unique place to even talk about. So that doesn't fit under the inexpensive vacation, but it does fit on the, get more for your money.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Terry Bell said, book directly with the hotel, not a third party number, and be a loyalty rewards member for the chain to get a better room at a lower than standard rate. Very good, excellent Terry. Advice. That is some very good information. Wonderful. Yeah, because you know what? It's interesting. I know it's so easy for me. I always go to Expedia.com, going through a third party for flights. But then sometimes, like, why don't I just go directly to the carrier? But I'm so used to just hitting Expedia.com. Another tip to travel on a budget, vacation on a budget, is travel during the off season. We know everybody wants to get away for the summer, but if you can, if you push it out a few weeks past the summer when people are going back to school, and do a later weekend, because they say that you're going to get so much more for your money when they call it off peak, not traveling during peak season.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys, and I think it's important that you give your brain a rest, that you do change some scenery. And they said, if you just need a break, if you get away for the weekend, a long weekend, Thursday through Sunday, it might not be as restful as a 7-day vacation, 10-day vacation, but something is better than nothing. And you'd be surprised at what a weekend getaway. Like, you could Google cheap weekend getaways, or some of those airlines like Priceline, you can get a really good fare. Now, you got to have some flexibility, because I hear that you have to book it and they don't tell you your route until it's booked. They just tell you get there that day. So you don't have to have places to go, people to see, a meeting per se.
Or nothing to do,
or nothing to do. Okay, you just say I need to be there Sunday. All right, they ain't gonna tell you exactly what time you get there Sunday, but hey, for a cheaper fare for some people, it might be worth that. Right. Another thing is leaving, not traveling on a Friday. Traveling in the middle of the week is so much better than the end of the week.
And coming home on Tuesday is way cheaper than Sunday. Yes. And cheaper than Monday. Anytime you travel on a Tuesday, either way, in or out, it's way cheaper. I knew that. Yeah.
Yes. Terry said she took a dinner cruise with dancing last weekend. It was so much fun. Only a couple of hours drive by car. That's what we're talking about, Terry. Yes. All right. We're talking vacation on a budget. Call us at 313-778-7600. Tell us what you're thinking. We'll be right back. Yes, it's getting hot in here. Yes.
It was 95 degrees here today.
Really, Gloria?
95 in Baltimore, 93 and 95 degrees. And you know what? I love it. I love the heat. I love the heat. I
Me
love the
too.
sun. I
Me
don't care.
too.
Humidity, I don't care. I don't care. I love it all. I love it.
I know it. I have so loved the job, but we get ready to have some thunderstorms now. It's raining outside, and they say so much for the heat wave in Ohio. So we're going back down to 70 in the next couple of days. But I was loving all that warmth. I mean, really, really, really. I
I
know.
know. I know.
So work on your attitude. Your attitude.
Exactly. Okay, so you guys, let me tell you. So another way that we can save money is to when you're booking a
It's
trip.
to book in advance. So if who is this? Gloria said I went to Oahu in Hawaii 2 weeks ago, and we downloaded a driving tour recording for about $20 and did our own tour around the island. Gloria,
Nice.
that's so smart.
Nice.
We love those kind of tips. Wow, that is so good. Well, we took our own tour. It was self-guided. We didn't download a recorder. We just found our way the best way we could, and we had a blast, didn't we? We had a blast. Yes,
We had a blast.
did.
We had a blast. That looks like restaurants. We walk over there. No, that wasn't no restaurant. But we had a good time. We had a good
Exactly.
time.
Yes. Now that we talked about visiting a national park, the greatest thing about nature is that it's usually free to enjoy, not to mention beautiful. But you don't have to live near Yosemite or the Grand Canyon to appreciate it. Did you know that there are actually 63 national parks across the United States?
Wow.
63 parks.
That's a lot. You know what? Let me say this, Sabrina. When you talk about national parks, and we talk about on a budget, Ken and I we took this vacation. All we did was drive like an hour and a half from the house. You don't have to go far to find a park, an inexpensive lodging, because a lot of people don't go off what do you call it? Off the main road. They don't go off the main road. You don't have to go that far, but you need to be away from home. And the other thing that you started the conversation off with is how much people need to have a break in their mind. And so when you're talking about this, you guys, you have to think about not just the regular vacations you have, but what can you do to take a break? You can take a break. You can leave at noon and be home at 8 p.m. and have taken a 2 or 3 hour break. So you have to really think about it, and you don't have to go that far, so the gas doesn't have to cost you that much. So there's a lot of different ways. So this is a really good conversation, because there's a lot of different ways to give yourself a break, to give yourself a vacation, to give yourself a staycation. Because I don't know about you, this is a whole nother conversation. I don't ever calm down in my house. If I'm in the house, you look over here, there's something to do. You look over there, there's something to do. You just don't break that way. So it makes a difference that you can go to a park. 63 parks, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's really important, you guys, to change the environment, your space, physically change your space. Because you think different thoughts, you get creative, you do wind down. Because, like you say, Gloria, if you're in your normal setting, it's always do the ring. You feel like you gotta cook, you feel like you gotta clean up, you feel like you gotta answer a phone. So let's find another point is stay at a bed and breakfast nearby. Sure, some B&Bs are known for being over the top, really pricey, but there are some B&B and local B&Bs that are priced really good. And so look for B&Bs in the area. Also get insider tips. Let's say you already know you're going to go big and plan a vacation at Disney World, but you still want to be smart and do Disney on a budget. Do you know there is a website it's Disney on a budget? So definitely explore those websites and Google insider tips. Scour the internet for the best deals. Yeah.
Sabrina, I want to add is that, be very smart when it comes to what credit cards you have that allows you to get mileage points and whatnot, because not all credit cards are created equal, and there are times where they have introductory promotions that will give you so many miles. And if you use those miles and then add your money, hey, you got enough to take that flight. So I think sometimes that's a place where people don't take advantage of the miles that are being offered when they open up a new credit card. That's good. That's good.
Very good. Very good. Gloria, I know you're going to have the grandkids. I mean, I know you won't be grandmother living on a budget, but then maybe you will.
Well, yeah, at the same time, let me tell you something. First, my mother was the best at it. My mother was the best because way back in the day, they had those big coupon books. Y'all remember those big old coupon books? And my kids used to go to my mother's house and say, Mom, all she does, every time we say we're hungry, she hands us a coupon book. We find a coupon with the get the food. That is not necessarily my case, but I tell you what we are going to do. We're going to Martha's Vineyard. One of my girlfriends has a house in
Like
Martha's
somebody
Vineyard.
said, take a girlfriend's house. She's not going to be there, so we're going to go to Martha's Vineyard. We're going to take the car over there. We're going to be up there for a week. We're going to hang out. I don't have any plans. You know, we're just going to see the park of Martha's Vineyard. We're going to see the water. It's going to be there. It's going to be great. We're going to do that. And then we're going to come back here and we're going to hang out here. You know, we used to do the summer camps. And now that COVID's got a little bit challenging and the kids have gotten a little bit older, not everybody wants to go to summer camp. But you know what? It's, it gets so amazing when you have to get creative. That whole list that you were doing, Sabrina, I was thinking that there's a lot of things that are hard about inflation. But one of the things that isn't hard about inflation is that it makes you become creative. It makes you do things that you would not normally do. It makes you find things. It makes you play with things that you normally wouldn't play with. So it's going to be a fun 2 weeks, but we're going to put you to the challenge of some creative things because of the age range. You know, what do you do with a 16-year-old and a 3-year-old? One's babysitting and one's chasing something else. So it's going to be fun, but we're going to have a good time. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be crazy.
For you.
Yeah. I'm going to have to find one of them 63 parts.
I'm going to find one of them 63 parts. Yeah, we're going to park. Go ahead.
Stacks up. You talked about AAA. Somebody else, AAA still offers discount park tickets too. And check out the season pass price compared to the amount of time you'll be there for. It can sometimes be cheaper. So definitely, you guys, AAA. There are a lot of senior discounts out there. Gloria, you qualify now for the senior discounts. So,
no, I do not. No, I do not. Yes, I do. And I sure I'm going to use it.
No, that's not shade. I can't. No,
that's do not 260 shade. Jump ropes. I bet you I can do 260 jump ropes, okay? I bet you I can do it. I bet y'all get me a jump rope, okay?
Shade, baby. Everything that you earn, get it.
I sure used a senior discount when I went to Top Gun. Yeah,
we got issues. We love talking about the light, the loud, life. We talk about the hard, the easy, the good, the bad. You never know what we're going to talk about, but you better believe we're going to be talking. We thank you for joining us daily, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace out. Same time, same place. Ciao.
Thanks for joining.